I don't know if there was something that drove this decision to have the officer pull the trigger, but I'll tell you, it goes against all training that we have. Officers are trained to put distance between themselves and a threat, to respond on their feet when something is happening, and never to fire a gun over the chest of their partner. That doesn't make any sense. So if this was a purposeful shot, it was against policy. If it was a mistake, then an apology needs to be given to the family. But to have the mayor come out and to say that the police department doesn't have any information, that's unconscionable and not appropriate in this day and age.
And the police department there is being rather quiet. And here's what the mayor, the Minneapolis mayor, Betsy Hodges, had to say this morning on all this. Listen.
We, as a city, have a policy now that we do not investigate ourselves, and so in critical incidents like this, I don't know what the answers are. That's the trade-off of an independent investigation, is we aren't in charge of it.
So why are authorities so quiet on this, Ed?
Well, there's a state investigation, and justice should be very important to this conversation. But the mayor has to take charge of this situation in her own city. And quite frankly, the police have information. A sergeant responded to that scene. They have the tapes of the calls. They have evidence technicians that went to the scene. This is not a case where the state has this information and you can defer all of this stuff to the state. You need to grab a hold of this and to be compassionate to this family. It's a very dangerous situation for policing everywhere when one agency responds like this. It casts a pall over the whole business.
What does it tell you that not one, but two officers showed up on the scene, neither turned their body cams on? That really seems to be at the root of the question and the problem here.
Well, it's certainly an issue, and it needs to be looked at. What is the culture of that department? The rules are pretty clear, but do the police officers follow the rules? That's a question that needs to be answered. But, you know, the published reports indicate there were at least 3 witnesses to this. There was another police officer in the car that they say was shocked by the gunshot that went off. This is what we're hearing from published reports. If that information is true, then really the video is the least of the worries here. You have a lot of witnesses that can tell you exactly what happened. That information should be sent to the family so that they can deal with this.
And you're looking at the officer there on the screen, Ed, believed to have shot her. Somali-American Mohammed Noor came to the U.S. at a young age, believed he wanted to be a police officer, said it was his calling.